Yo, Dose. You are now tuned into the Milk and Honey Podcast.
All the money in the world couldn't even amount to a teaspoon of honey when it melt in your mouth.
Oh, God. What was that?
Chantal, do the thing.
I don't know. Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of the Milk and Honey Podcast.
Woo!
We sound like
You sound like the kitty wire at like Six Flags.
Really? That's
Side
what
note,
it is?
that's what you ride, right?
So today we are talking about all the things that have to do with friendships. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. What's the other words, Malcolm?
Niggas gonna keep going. I don't know the rap words at all.
You don't know the rap words?
It's like 1980.
Wait, is it really from 1980?
To the hat store to get myself some hats.
Take your shoes before you come in the house.
What?
Somebody just cleaned that floor.
Alright, that was absolutely
It's a Family Guy.
1980s raps was horrible.
All right. Anyways, back to it.
Alright, you guys, so first up we have Buzz on the Street. So, Malcolm.
So the first buzz on the street is the NBA schedule just got released this year, so we love that for next year. So the Christmas Day games are like the biggest day games that most people are like concerned about.
Why are they concerned?
Because you can always, because Christmas Day is like you not doing shit and you want to watch the games because they fire.
Screw your family on.
Are you
Like for example, with football, it's Thanksgiving, so you're worried about what's Thanksgiving. So like for
Right.
example, Dallas, like the Dallas Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving.
Really?
If they don't play on Thanksgiving,
Them in
then it's
Detroit.
not Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is it
It's
always
just
that team?
The Dallas Cowboys, Detroit Lions always play.
Yeah.
Why? D-Town.
Oh no, I know the history.
What's the history?
In the past, the NFL was always on Sunday, so then they moved it to Thanksgiving to make more money. That's all it was.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So people go to the game, of course.
Yes, like
And
it's
they spend a
family
lot of
tradition, like to tell.
Are you serious?
On
These
Thanksgiving.
are $1,000 games, baby.
Oh yeah.
$1,000 game?
Yes.
Easily.
Mhm.
Okay, so the 12 o'clock game, which I'm in love with, is the Hawks and the Knicks.
Yeah, screw the Knicks.
So this was a playoff favorite last year, so now like we're back at it again, and it's kind of like a new rivalry. Like you know, Atlanta and New York kind of always beef anyway, because
Yep.
you know,
Why?
New York niggas act like they Atlanta niggas act like they New York niggas.
Yeah, that's
it's weird, but it
Wait,
is.
you really think Atlanta niggas act like... You really think that?
Yeah, like I think New York people think Atlanta people slow,
Right.
and then I think Atlanta people think that New York niggas are just like, oh y'all swear y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about, but y'all don't sometimes.
Yeah.
Well...
It's a north.
It's a North versus South thing. We love that.
Okay.
Civil War. All right, great. 2:30 game is
Damn Yankees. Yeah.
2:30 game is the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks, the champions
that'll
Milwaukee
be-
Bucks.
that'll be pretty
That's
good.
gonna be a really good one. I think it's gonna be really good if Jalen Green is back. Jalen
Yeah,
Green is an
yeah,
Atlanta
if he-
favorite. He's from Atlanta. He played for UCLA. No, he played for UCLA or was it Cal? He played for Cal.
Oh, okay.
And he played for Cal Berkeley. He's been in the league. And then him and Jason Tatum. And Jason Tatum just won like the medal this year. So it's gonna be a really good game. And then of course Giannis Antetokounmpo is gonna be Giannis Antetokounmpo and you know show his ass. All right, 5 p.m. game is the Warriors and the Suns. People are in love with this game because you have Klay Thompson coming back.
Yep.
Klay Thompson's been hurt all year. Last year he broke his leg.
Okay.
And you have Steph Curry, of course, and Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, who just got back on the Warriors. And then you have this star-studded, like, young bull Sun team, which is, like, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. You got Chris Paul coming back
Yeah.
for his, like, 13th or 16th season, which
Oh
we,
my
like, are in love with.
Yeah.
We love
And-
Chris Paul.
Yeah, we love Chris Paul.
Supporter of HBCUs, too.
Facts. So we're going to be in love with that. And they went to the finals last year. They lost in four games.
Yeah.
6 games. But it's okay, you know.
Was it 6?
6 games,
Yeah.
4-2, but it's okay,
Yeah,
you know.
that's right.
They tried it. The late night game that I think everyone's gonna be watching, 8 o'clock game, is the Brooklyn Nets versus the Los Angeles
Yeah,
Lakers.
that's gonna be the game.
Brooklyn Nets have Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, DeAndre Jordan, Patty Mills just joined the team.
Yeah.
And then, of course, on the other side, you have this star-studded Laker team as well with LeBron James, the
Melo.
leader, Carmelo Anthony,
Westbrook.
Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook. It's really
Did
going
they
to be a
keep KCP?
clash of clans.
No, they traded KCP.
Okay, Cherry KCP.
Yeah.
It's going to be a clash. It's going to be a really big clash, and people are really ready for that. So 8 o'clock game.
That does sound really good.
That's the game. That's the game of the day. Like that.
Yeah, that's
Whatever
it.
plays the 8 o'clock game, that's the game. Like the 2 star-studded teams that you got to see.
Yeah.
Prime time.
Oh.
10 o'clock game is one of them games if you love the NBA. It's Dallas Mavericks
No.
and and the Utah Jazz. So it's Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz, who like got bumped in the first round last year, but they really
Yeah.
have really good potential. And then
I watched the highlights.
what's my man's name from Dallas?
Who, Luka?
Yeah, Luka Doncic, who was like this star-studded white kid who just like everyone's in love with, who just got this big signing deal. And stuff
Same
like that.
deal as Trae Young.
But same baller, same white baller, bring back the white hope for
Who-
people.
Oh wow.
I mean, he's a baller.
Oh,
He's
he's
wrong.
nice.
Like, he's a
He's
baller.
nice.
He's
He's
a baller.
nice.
But I think he's a baller because he's like he went pro in another league in like Slovenia or wherever he's
Yeah.
from first,
Oh,
and
wow.
then came over here.
Yeah.
So he's a baller. So he's here. He's here to play.
Yeah.
We love to see the international league
We
then
do.
come back to NBA.
We do. So my next buzz in my ear also deals with sports, and it deals with one, college athletes now getting a sponsorship and being able to now take the money easily without the NCAA going back and forth with them, and then how now it's affecting HBCU teams.
What did
'cause
it used to be though?
it used to be
before?
you can't take any money
No money.
because if you take
Right.
any money,
Yeah.
you're taking it underhand, and you just
Yeah.
are now about to go to the league. Like for example, one of the biggest incidences is with the Fab Five. So
Oh.
Chris Webber, who was the center,
He's not the biggest one.
well, I mean, it's a really big one.
No, the biggest one. No, the biggest one is SMU's football team.
Oh, facts.
In the
Okay.
'80s, they were getting Trans Ams, they were getting money,
That's just wild.
and the NCAA canceled the football program for 2 years.
For 2 years.
You're wrong. Okay.
I like the March
I know,
Madness.
yeah,
I like
I know.
the Fab
The
Five
Fab Five
because
one
it was
is a
like
better
because
story.
it's
Well,
such a
tell us the
better
Fab
story.
Five story,
Yeah.
Malcolm. Tell
So
us
there's
that.
this so there's a team of all black kids. They're one of the like biggest teams like ever in existence, to a point to where every other team like had to have black players. They figured that out, like you gotta get some black kids from Detroit now. They're the first team to ever wear like black socks or like Nikes.
Yeah.
So like then Nike decided, okay, we gotta make black Nike socks. So now everyone's wearing black Nike socks. Jalen Rose, Jalen wasn't a name before. Jalen's now a common name. Everyone knows like some kid named Jalen. It's been like 20 years now. So all those small things, but then Chris Webber, who's the center, ends up taking this money. He's about to go to the draft. He's about to be the number 1 player in the draft. He ends up taking this money, like a lot of money from a booster in Michigan. They all were all taking this money. It's just Chris Webber took a bit too much. Ends up getting a chain in the car. They find out about it. Also, this team goes to the championship twice, like back-to-back times. So they should have banners up in the in Ann Arbor
Legit,
right now. The banners didn't go up. The banners basically got banned till like 2019. So now we're in 2021. They still haven't brought the banners up. The banners are still in like this big ass closet.
Wait, why won't they do it?
It's the same thing they're doing with Reggie Bush.
Facts. They're not doing it because they feel like this tarnished the school's like history. But in reality, like they were the best basketball team Michigan has ever had. Y'all went to the championship twice. Even though y'all lost to Duke twice, it's like y'all went twice.
Yeah.
So you kind of deal with
So
that
Duke
shit.
has always been like a star player
Yes.
in basketball.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
So
years.
Yes.
So now it's getting wild. So now on the opposite side, now in 2021, kids are now able to accept endorsement deals. So I can be on a commercial and say, hey, like for example, the new kid for the quarterback for Alabama took a $2 million deal with some
Yeah.
brand already.
Wow.
Like-
$2 million. So do they get?
Like this is cash. This is my money. This goes to me. No, he's from Alabama quarterback. So there's no
Bryce
reason.
Young.
He hasn't. He's brand new. He hasn't played a game yet. He's a
Never.
freshman.
Are you
Hasn't played a game
serious?
yet. But because he's Alabama's quarterback, and because Alabama has a legacy of being the best
The
football
best.
team,
Yeah.
Social media.
it's like okay, bet. Like
Right.
we know you're gonna put them numbers.
No, that social
easy.
media piece is really big too, because I did hear something about players now that contributing to how they're able to get these deals. It's like they have a nice following,
Facts.
like they're a brand, they are technically a level of influencer. That's incredible to think about. That could have never happened when we were in like high school and college. and
No,
stuff
that's
like
cap.
that.
I think
It
when we
would've.
was in high school and
You really
college, there
think
was a
so?
bunch of people who like we went. Okay, like Late and I went
No,
to this big
the
ass
power
school.
of social media and stuff like that.
No.
I feel like at this degree now,
We went
how
to
these high school and
we went to
college
school with a
students are-
kid who went to UGA. Like he played against us every year. Like niggas now in the league, like for a baller. My nigga had maybe like 100K followers, and that was just in Georgia.
Yeah.
Too nice. Shouts out to
Didn't know
Kenny
that.
Gaines. Too nice, my dog.
He's
Like,
really good.
bro, they won the championship that year. Beat us by 50.
How they
We ain't talking about
pride.
But that's, you know,
Pride.
it happens. It happens. It happens. It happens.
School pride.
Actually, I thought
Wait,
Dwight
so
Howard
the
played
$2
his first
million
game.
that
Don't worry about that.
Wait,
Don't worry
the
about
$2 million that the kid gets, that's straight his.
That's his
all
money
cash.
with his agent. So his agent takes, of course, some type of percentage of it, like how you would get like a regular deal, and then the rest is yours. I think
Oh
one
my
that's really
God.
big is Masterpiece, son, who's now
At
about to be a
Tennessee
freshman. He's
State.
at
Wait, so
TSU.
how do they influence them? Like, if now these college students are able to like
So
get
what-
these sponsorships,
so what you do
how do you
is-
do for the league then? Like, what's
What
even
do you
gonna?
mean?
What you mean? I would do
What
the
if
same
some
thing.
students don't even want to really go to the league after that?
Okay,
Well, it
so
depends on your sport, right?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on your sport. So if it's football, you have to play at least 2 years of college.
and there's no other level
There's
of
no-
football
yeah.
high enough.
the NFL has a monopoly. on
Yeah,
professional.
so it's like you have to go to college and then NFL.
Oh, you have to.
But that's with the NFL.
But
so
in
like
basketball,
in
you can go to G
basketball,
League now.
You can go to G
Okay.
League. You
I
can go.
see
You can
that.
play
Okay.
across the sea, overseas. Because there's some players who make like just careers overseas. They've never been to America.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Still making millions.
That's crazy.
But when you take this deal as like a 17-year-old, 19-year-old, cool. Some of it goes to your agent, who of course made the deal. So like in Master P's case, Master P's son case, his son is, his dad is the agent. So his dad might take a percentage of it, or his dad might be a real dad and be like, look, that $2 million is yours.
Did y'all watch Master P's documentary? Though his story is really freaking interesting.
That's
like
that.
I didn't know anything about him
Trapping,
in terms of
hustling.
Like no, that man is a for real hustler.
Hustling.
I didn't even know he
Big
was in the
hustler.
league and what he did when he was in the league.
My
and also
man
after
played like full summer league games. Like played on the Toronto team. Like he has, like you see people still wearing his jersey. Like so he's up there, right?
That's good. I'm happy for them. All right. So what are the other buzzes?
One of my other buzzes is Morehouse went viral this year for they go viral every year with this shit, but it's like this year they went viral for what is it for the NSO thing?
Welcome to the
Yeah,
House.
so me being a Morehouse alum, I'm not a supporter of it. I think that a lot of our traditions should stay like in home and in house, and everything shouldn't be recorded. Even though we live in a world where like people are just recording everything.
Yeah, that's very true.
But we do have a really good ceremony though. Like I'm just gonna be honest, like one of the best.
A lot of HBCUs do similar ceremonies, but
not like
Spell
us.
House is
Not like
something
us.
different.
Not like us.
All right. When I did Miss Morehouse and we were able to be in a lot of the things, Miss Morehouse College.
Miss Maroon.
All right. When I did Miss Maroon and White, thank
what
you
it
very
is.
much.
Thank you.
I ran. Leave me alone. And we had to like be in the actual ceremony. It was a very touching thing. So we really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Wonderful. So do we want to talk about the HBCU athlete that was endorsed by Bojangles?
I mean, we kind of talked about all the HBCU athletes. I mean, he's 5'2" though,
Because do you guys remember his name?
No, but he plays at Johnson C. Smith.
which is still fire.
Johnson C. Smith is a very good school. It's in North Carolina too.
Hence why Bojangles sponsor him, because
Yep.
Bojangles is based.
Bojangles is huge in North Carolina.
Actually, NIL is going to have a bigger role for women athletes, though,
Facts.
Really?
because women have bigger social media followings.
Especially the like. This
They
sounds really
perform
bad,
better on
but
social media than men.
no
I
facts.
wonder if that's having.
No, so you have the NCAA, you have the NAIA. I think she's either a cheerleader or volleyball player at an NAIA school, and she did a $20K deal, and I don't know if it's $20 a year or a month.
See,
It's a lot of money.
crazy.
She's getting paid, and it's not even sports related.
Wow.
most of these brands aren't sports related
Yeah.
brands. Like they have
Sometimes
nothing
it's
to do with
athletic
sports.
leisure, sometimes it's makeup.
Bojangles has nothing to do with sports.
It
Yeah.
doesn't. But it does have something to do with good old shit.
I mean, it's even as simple as like when they passed it, this Iowa player was like, shit, now I can go to a bar and just do like open sets on my guitar.
Period.
So that's what
Because I can't take
like,
money.
I can't
I
accept
can't take
any
any
money.
form of, for years, I could never take any
Yeah.
form of money at
Nothing.
all. From a booster, from a,
Yeah.
like, only person that could probably give me money is like a parent.
Yeah.
What?
Because like a parent is like, that's just,
Free college should have been enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also, if you don't know, a lot of people who deal with like these bigger schools, you get a stipend. So you might get like a $600 stipend, and then you figure out what you got to do with that $600. So some people, like I know some friends who like when D1, they like just buy clothes with their stipend, they cooling, you know.
Wow, look at that.
But some people like this stipend I got to use for this semester. I got $600 for cash this semester.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Very wild.
So the first thing as well too that I wanted us to talk about was friendships. We were seeing on Twitter some friendship turnoffs.
Yeah.
So what are the biggest, I guess, turnoffs that you all have for friendships?
I think someone who's selfish, but selfish not like selfish, as in like you're not going towards your goals and shit, but selfish like even when I'm trying to confide in you, you try and make this shit about yourself.
You know, some people have this thing, especially like in friendships, where they try to say, you know, when I at X, Y, and Z, they like make it. Some people unintentionally do it because they try to make themselves relatable, but I think, you know, you always have to ask your friend a really crucial question. Sometimes you can ask, sometimes you could just use your emotional intelligence. It's like, do you want me to just be here for you to vent, or do you actually want my take on this?
Facts.
I think that's an important thing, because a lot of times in friendships, like you can be, you know, confound to like what they're saying and when they're sharing a story, and it's like they just want to. Majority of the time, they just want to get it off their chest, or at least if at the end, if you do have an opinion, just save it for the end.
But that's also why you should start sometimes conversations. Say, hey, can I vent?
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
What I
Because
Yeah,
if you
that's
come to me
important.
as a person and you tell me what the fuck is up, I'm thinking you asking for advice off top.
Same, me too.
I'm never thinking that you're just
Yeah.
trying to like talk to me and vent. I'm thinking you telling me advice because you telling me your story, and then I'm agree with you like, damn, that's crazy. I would have did this. You should have did that. Da da da. But if you just hit a vent, I'm gonna just sit there and shut up.
Yeah. Because we use our friends for like pulse checks, like, am I tripping? Am I not? Because it's like a lot of times too, I was in a situation once where I asked a friend, like, you know, friend groups are hard.
Facts.
I really think friend groups are like one of the hardest things, especially in college. I feel like friend groups are so, like when I got to Spelman, you know, we all come to Spelman and come to Morehouse. We had friends a little bit from high school and stuff, but that was our first time only being with like friends or women and men only in like such a confined space.
Yeah.
And you were in a way forced to make friendships because that's the way you survive. Like your community in college are the people you go to class with, the people you go eat lunch with, like that's your community. So you want that to be strong. And it was a hard thing, like grasping the concept of moving with a group of people, because now you have to think about people's emotions. People are not raised the same way. They may take things differently.
Facts.
Now you have to think about, okay, outside of the way that I look at something, I have to have empathy on others. And I think that's a skill that's so important for a lot of people to learn, that they a lot of times learn in college. It's like how to move with friend groups, how maybe not to, things you like, what you don't like, and what your adulthood experience looks like. Because Kendall and I were talking the other day, and she asked me a question. Y'all, she was like, Kendall has been my best friend since I was 13. So, you know, y'all, if y'all don't know, you go on my Instagram, you don't see Kendall. Kendall's like a white girl. You know, we're all from Broward County. Kendall and I met when we cheered together, right? And she was like, we've known each other 4 years, so of course, we've seen each other go from like childhood, middle school, all throughout high school, all throughout college, you know what I'm saying? And she asked me, she's like, yo, like, I don't even know what brand of like liquor do you even like now? And I was like, holy crap. She's like, you know, I just realized the other day, like I was talking about something, I was
Not
like,
shit.
right,
You don't
like,
know.
what? So it's just stuff like that. She was like, oh, okay, I thought it was that, but I couldn't remember. She's like, I was like, wait, do you still like tequila? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, so maybe we do something. No. But it's just like when you have childhood friends,
Top
and it's
shelf
just like,
or
right. It's just like when you have childhood friends, you have so much assumptions that you make about them and who they are. And you know, in college, I feel like I changed and grew a lot, and a lot of us did.
Yeah.
So I'm always curious about too if people have like childhood friendships and how that's grown.
Yeah, I mean, I think Leighton's my childhood friend, but then I have other childhood friends that I grew up with, like, cause my parents are like friends with people, so like they're like, it's weird, but my
Like
friends
cousins.
call them like that, but then I think my parents call them like my forever friends, cause they're like
Aw.
they're these kids that we all grew up together, cause we have like pictures and shit, and now we're all like 20 something, like, oh shit, like nigga, what's up, like, you know, I bump into you at a bar, we still talk, but it's just like we just not really best friends, cause it's like. That I think the closest to comparison to Kendall is Leighton, because Leighton and I have known each other since we were like 14. So
Yeah,
now we're
yeah.
24.
Yeah, it's
So yeah, it's been like 10 years because we did like majority of high school and then majority all of
You
college.
like do life together.
Yeah, so it's like, damn, what the fuck? And then niggas would do the same thing, like hand tit for tat every time. I'm like, dang, I went through that too. Like that girl did that. I'm like, damn, that girl did that. And like, you know what I mean? So you kind of realize that like there's people that you find either in high school or just like maybe like first year college, second year college, where you're like, yo, like these people can be here. They're on the same type of time as me. They're kind of raised the same way as me.
No, talk about that raising piece, because Malcolm, we talk about that.
I think I always say like, because Chantal and I are in the same friend group, that like there's a bunch of people who like all of our friend group is really like minded. Even though we
Yeah.
may not have like the same 2-parent household, the way our parents raised us, we're completely like the same. So like you know like what's gonna go, what's not gonna go, what you could say, what you can't say. Whether it be
Boundaries are
what the
somewhat
boundaries are, and then
allowed.
you also know the boundaries between each other, because it's like I know like I would never say that shit to a person anyway,
Yeah.
so she would never say that to me, so it works out. Only thing I think that's weird is that with me, a lot of, I guess because I'm more comfortable, but a lot of my friends are like women. But I also realize that women are a lot more solid than men in a lot of situations. Like they're just solid.
Well,
Like when it deals with business, they solid. When it deals with like friends, when it deals with like maybe getting some money, when it deals with like emotional stuff, they solid. So it's like after a certain time, it kind of makes you either be more solid as a man, or you're just gonna be like, you're just gonna fall off and be like, damn, like they outgrew me. You gonna watch them outgrow you, because women consistently elevate. Like men kind of are comfortable with being like who the fuck they can be.
Yeah.
yeah. What? I don't know. Do you believe in like guy and girl like being able to be really like for real close friends.
Yes.
Some
Platonic?
people-
Yeah.
You think platonic?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Yes, well, it's not actually not hard to do.
you know, I mean, I think you gotta be on the type of time where you like, you understand that like, yes, this woman may be attractive, but like, I'm not attracted to her all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think like, majority of girls that we hang out with, like, they're attractive, but it's like,
Yeah.
I ain't trying to
Very
like get with y'all.
The thing is, it's so funny. Like,
It's
some
not.
guy literally
They
said
cool.
to me, like, if you come up to me, a lot of people knew in college, like, one of my very good friends, and he still is. Like, we share this, we're both Taurus, Paul.
Oh, okay.
People, in college, everyone used to be like, why don't you date Paul?
Facts.
Why aren't you with him? Because we're always together. And I always wondered, I'm like, well, shit. Like, do you say that about Malcolm? Like, do you say that about so-and-so? Like, I do have some guy friends, and I always wondered, I mean, I just don't think I could go further than that with my closest guy friends, just because, like, normally I kind of, like, set that boundary up top, and we go about that. But even if you talk to Paul and I, like, today, we're like, no, we've never, ever considered that.
I mean, from outside looking in, I get where people come from with that. Because I've
Yeah.
definitely been with friends and they be like, y'all should just date.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
y'all seem compatible. Y'all have fun together. But I think that's how
Some
society's
people are
set
just
up.
bestest friends, though.
Society's just set up to think like if a woman and a man have good time together,
Good
they're
chemistry.
together.
Yeah,
Not just like
But
we're
shit
just
gets
friends.
weird after sex.
it really does.
That's why I don't cross that line.
Have you ever had a platonic?
I've definitely
I'm
crossed that line.
kind of the opposite of y'all. I'm a girl's girl. I grew up with all girls, no brothers, only my dad. We were a close knit family, just the five of us. So like no boy cousins or anything. And then right now, and then growing up on the cheer team, all girls, and then all my friends now are my girlfriends. So I don't have any super close guy friends. I have y'all that I see, and I have my girlfriend's boyfriend that I hang out with. But for the most part, I don't have any close guy friends.
But you need a what's name. You
Now,
need somebody
I
that's
do.
opinion.
I sometimes think that's sometimes a downfall in some things, like communicating with a guy. I'm not great with that.
Does she know I speak English?
Like,
Okay. It's
like
okay.
when it comes to like sports.
Yeah.
None of my girlfriends are all super film girls, so
Yeah.
we're not sitting around ever talking about did y'all see the highlights of the Josh game?
But Jen is so maybe because
I mean, and that's important, especially if
Yeah.
you want to date, the opposite sex, and that's important to them. I have.
that could be, but I
And
think
my dad, he's not. He
I don't
was
know.
always more of the like study and work and
Yeah.
don't watch other people that doesn't make money. Don't watch people that are making money and you're not. You
But
know?
I love that your dad's a girl dad.
Yeah,
like,
my dad's a
three
whole
girls
three girls.
and
a whole
a wife.
island.
Like what the?
I
Even our dog was a girl. So,
What?
Yeah.
your
so,
dad is a girl dad. But I
Yeah,
think
but my dad is like. But if anyone meets my dad is a girl dad. But my family is Jamaican, so it's just like
that's facts.
my dad is all.
My dad's from Barbados.
Right. It's just
So,
all about work ethic. With
It's
my
all
dad.
about
It's
work,
all
work,
about.
work,
It's a
like
different level. It's not.
School.
But I
Yeah.
think
Working
I think
or
when it
reading
deals-
a book, just
And-
gaining more knowledge, gaining more.
And my dad is such a guy. I don't know how to explain anything about my dad other than you have to just. He has like a sense of wisdom. He's always given me. I feel like when you have Caribbean parents, especially, and he's a Virgo.
That's what
He's a
it is.
Virgo man. My mom and my dad both Virgos. The birthday is coming up. Like please, like shimmy now. But no, it's just like a sense of wisdom. I feel like Caribbean parents sometimes give to you too. It's just like.
Sometimes it's too much of like, what's that book
It's-
called? 48 Powers of Law. Like,
Yeah, my dad's just
there's
very
things
intellectual
outside of-
about things.
Things outside
I
of
think-
that I want to.
He'll just give me so much game about everything. It's like I
That's
don't
interesting.
know.
when
I
it
don't
deals
know.
with
Like you met my dad, so you know how he is. He's
Yeah.
real quiet, but you
No, I
talk
mean,
to the man.
it's interesting to hear that.
Because
though.
you guys might have
are
some
different.
He's so
she gonna do it regardless.
My parents are different. I got a lot of like love and religion from my parents.
yeah.
But
I get a lot of.
But Layton's
love
parents
and-
will also like drop dimes like just occasionally sometimes. Like sometimes they would drop dimes on you, or sometimes they just be like, "Y'all just want to hang out?" We'd be like, "Okay, yeah, cool." Like I remember going through school. Everybody's like, basically everybody at my school used to call Layton's family like the Huxtables.
Aw,
Oh,
yeah,
for real?
you
I
did.
never
Like
knew that.
no,
Yeah.
they really used to. They
We
really.
didn't say that.
They were the
I've never-
Huxtables. Like
nobody
they
ever
were.
said that to me.
They were the
I never knew
epitome
that.
of the Huxtables. Like,
Yeah.
like even though Layton technically is like Rudy, like
You're Rudy.
I'm
because he's the
baby.
youngest. He's the youngest, so he would technically be Rudy. But it's like they're the Huxtables. Like that's what they are. Like they're like that
Wait, you
perfect
have
black
two
families. You know what I mean?
Two older brothers.
It's two older brothers.
brothers and then a sister.
Yeah. Actually, I think
never
that's why I
seen
only
your
keep
brothers.
one like girl in my life because Because I'm thinking like how you say you grew up with mostly girls.
But she was putting us
so
on
you
game
keep a
too.
lot of like.
All girls, yeah.
I only have one sister, so for me it's like I only need like one around me. Like that's really it.
Right.
But I have a lot of
Like
guy
I don't
friends.
feel
I have a lot
any
of
need
guy
to have
friends.
any guys around me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Like
feel it.
I'm not without. But there are some things, even like in a platonic situation, I'm not even sure what to sit down and discuss with a guy platonic.
Yeah.
Men are just, I mean, men are,
Toothpaste.
So,
Like what do you want to talk about?
but that's very true. Like, you don't have many close friends that
yo,
are
what the
girls.
fuck?
I keep it.
It's probably
And
just like me
and with
and
my
then-
guy friends, I keep it in twos. Like I have multiple groups, but I really kind of engage them in twos. Like I have two brothers.
Wow.
I don't know why I do that though. That's really interesting.
That's a really intriguing dynamic.
How the
that
fuck?
you
So
all keep.
damn. Now I'm sitting thinking about me. I'm a fucking only child. I ain't got
I was
shit.
about to say, so Malcolm and I were raised as only children, so both Malcolm and I have similarities where someone said to me, they're like, well, you have a lot of friends. I'm like,
Yeah, that's
do
what
I?
it is. Yeah.
I don't think I do.
I think I
But-
do.
You've been on trips with.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What the fuck you talking about? Yo, I definitely think I have a lot of friends, but I think
Hey, anybody got a
Literally
hat?
I think when you
mentally
have a-
exhausting.
when you have a bunch of when you're an only child,
Are you?
nah, it's,
I
that's
love
what
my
it is.
friends. I really do. They get on my nerves. But I absolutely love my friends. I really do.
Ooh, is
Why
that
do I
okay
say
for
that?
your friends to get on your nerves?
Oh,
I
completely.
think it's
Let me
natural.
tell you something
You
about
should. You
birthdays.
should get on my
Exactly.
nerves.
Okay, let me tell y'all. Okay, no. I'm about to
I think
put
it's-
some people.
Just answer the question.
What?
Just say yes. I don't.
Yes
know.
or no?
I don't need a story.
I don't need a
Mr.
story.
Rogers.
Yes or no?
I always have a story.
No.
Is it okay for them to get on your nerves? Yes. Everybody gets on everybody's nerves.
Thank you.
Come on.
Kira.
Every time. Every
Yeah,
time.
okay.
Look,
Thank you.
the good
No-
has to outweigh the
Friends are
bad
good.
though with friendships.
Good. No story though, but good.
But
You know.
okay, I won't say the story, but I have a lot of good stories
I know,
about friendship trips, birthday trips, how to get your life together with
Are you reading Rainbow?
Child.
Story time with
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back on topic.
Chantal would take us everywhere.
I mean, that's true.
Chantal would take you around the world just to get you back to one place. I could have.
All that shit for this?
You could
Anyways,
have went this way. No, we gotta go that
Anyways.
way.
So do you ever feel like, because Key, I'm curious, sometimes the reason why I like some of
Yo,
my
what's
guy
wrong?
friends is because I feel like sometimes girlfriends, especially girl group friends, it's so much drama for me. Like, it can be, just because women naturally, no, and it's not, because literally when you ask any type of girl group friend, unless they're at a certain age, and even then it still happens, like, they're always like, it's just drama, because women naturally, you know, especially alpha women groups, they're very opinionated, like we're very outspoken about what we like, what we don't like. So do you feel like there's more drama because you are only friends, and especially because all your friends too have very high feminine energy like us?
So I have two separate friend groups, girlfriends, and there's one that there's drama in, and then there's one that there's not drama in.
Okay.
And
We're interested.
Y'all should know, like
Look
men
at her face.
men like drama. Y'all seen them TikToks? Like men
So
be
what
cool with
happened?
drama. Like,
So
let-
what
let
happened,
us-
baby?
like,
What she said?
but you got to be cool with it. Like, you gotta be like,
That's
let me hear the story.
That's what happened. So what happened? She said that.
Yeah, that's crazy. If you hear me saying okay, I'm like,
my friendship turn off is like judging each other so harshly.
Yes.
And going through life, I'm the same age, or my friend is the same age as all of us, and she's moving this way, and we're judging her so harshly, like she's learning too.
Yeah.
And so just to hear about how you're judging someone so harshly, you're talking to me about it.
Yeah.
It's like, damn. Like,
Facts.
What do you
I
think
can't-
about me then?
Exactly. I can't really do anything
Around you without you
weird.
judging.
Yeah, I can't do anything crazy without you thinking, you know, like I'm a
hoe.
dumb bitch or something.
I'm a hoe. I'm a hoe. I'm a hoe. I'm a
Or
hoe.
yeah,
I'm a hoe.
Or
It's I'm a
I
hoe.
don't move correctly the way
Right.
you want me to move. So that is like a turn off.
Expectations.
Expectations, our expectations of each other.
Very
Right.
high.
And when we don't meet them, y'all like are so ready to cut us off or judge us so harshly. Like, girl, I'm learning too.
Yeah.
So that's actually a friendship turn off for me. But the drama, I mean, when you've been around girls all your life, it ain't nothing new.
It's nothing new.
It's gonna be drama regardless.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's-
drama regardless. But I think it's gonna be drama with men too. Like,
Yeah, but
They
men.
do, but they
I
slip
got
it under the
better
rug
than
way
it.
too
But
easy.
men, I think men drama could like we do what like this is gonna sound bad, but we do what makes logical sense, and we be like, all right, let's figure this shit out.
We either gonna fight or
We gonna get over it.
Do y'all really fight? I feel like guys probably fight.
Or we'll argue or something like that and get over it. y'all will sit there and just have beef for like years.
And
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be beef
Oh,
that
yeah.
like won't be
Yeah.
spoken about.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it'll be just
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
be a grudge.
No, that's true.
You just know, like
Or
I
you
just
keep them around even if you got beef with them.
Yes.
You don't even genuinely like her anymore.
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean. Okay,
Men
look,
be
and
keeping people around that they know like for a fact like if
They
shit
mess
go
with.
bad,
Nah,
This is my
but
person.
sometimes with y'all, sometimes y'all should trip off some things that y'all homies do.
facts.
And
No,
we're
that's
like,
facts. That's
if we have
facts.
like girlfriends and we see it like, yo, you cool.
But I
with
think that's
that?
also why
Like,
people
yo,
say like, okay, you
like,
also
why
might
you
need a
still
girl
friends? Yeah.
in your perspective, because I feel
Y'all
like
think twice about it.
no for
Why
real,
not?
because you so
You
used
can
to,
cut him
because
off
I'm
or
so
you can
used to that
just
nigga
not.
being in the type of character. I don't like if I know a nigga like, let's see like this. If I know somebody's a flake, if I know he's a flake,
Oh my
Why? You should
God.
cross your friend up for flaking on your birthday. On your birthday.
because but men
you
be
know he
on.
knows
Yes.
our birthday's a big
Yes.
deal.
Men be on different type of time.
Yes.
We be like, men will be like, all right, well, he not here, so like, who is here? All right, let's worry
But
about
these
who's
are your
here.
Y'all- y'all do a good
that's
job
like
with
your
that.
best friend though.
And he
That's
not
your
gonna be
best
there,
friend
and y'all
supposed
ain't
to
gonna
be
cuss
there.
him out.
Sometimes, cause like things, I
No,
always
but
say
there's
this,
not
but
a
like,
legitimate reason. There's a
Women
like,
do that too,
oh,
though.
I don't want to go.
it's men's temperament,
Or-
like men temperament, like we just sometimes be like, all right.
No, it's just no. I honestly feel like that's a people thing, like holding
that's
people
like a
accountable.
Twitter thing.
Yeah, that's whole
I'll be
thing,
honest
not a
with you.
man thing.
It
I
is,
am
but
not-
sometimes I shake that shit off and be like, bro, I
They
got
do.
that shit.
But
to
you
do.
should. That's what I'm saying.
You
Sometimes
should.
Well,
you shouldn't.
but we also know how to compartmentalize a lot of our friends.
Oh, yeah.
And keep them in
For
the
real.
lane. Like, all right, cool.
Like you only do this, you only do that.
That's
You
I
who
only
you
go
is. That is
trust
who
me.
you
Yeah.
are
So-
for me.
So the
All right,
friend who
cool.
flakes is probably not my best friend, but he's probably just like when it's a group of us. Oh, okay, he'll come later.
Yeah.
And you guys won't even be mad about it. They'll be.
Cause I know this nigga gonna be late. Like he gonna be
Yeah.
late, bro. It's my man, so
But
he's
it's
gonna be late.
disrespectful that
It
he's
is.
late. If I
Yeah,
say
but we
come
also
on
like
time,
It
I
is,
got
but I know
something
this nigga.
important, and this nigga just want to come when he wants to come. Y'all need to be tripping over that.
Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. So last night I had to go to Young Thug's party. So Thug has a bunch of friends, like a bunch of close ass friends that we know for years, and we tell the niggas to be there at 9. Thug might come at 10. Cool, cause it's his party. Then you have other friends coming at 12. In our mind, we already knew these niggas was gonna come at 12. Why? Because he always be late. He late to the studio. He late to eat. He late to do this. He late to do that. So we know, okay, you doing that. Then we know some friends gonna be there at 9. Some friends are actually here to support us, right?
If I tell you, hey, I'd really like y'all support. I need it at 9 p.m. and this nigga gonna come at 12 because he always come at 12.
But that's also why he's in that position where it's like we told him because it's a birthday, but we know what to expect from him now.
Right.
I know what to expect from him. Even with my women friends, I know what to expect from them every time.
And so that means you're cool with it just because you know.
I don't
what
want to say I don't mean that doesn't
It's
necessarily
not-
mean I'm cool with it, but
it's
that
about
means
knowing your friends. I
that
swear
means
to
that I
God.
know my
No,
friends enough
it's
to where I
about-
know
yeah.
what's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
I'm
It's
like,
also being able to manage what really matters. And what
That is
doesn't.
true.
Yeah.
There's some of my friends that I know, like I have a friend that she's really not meant for trips.
yeah.
She catches an attitude every single time we go.
So she need to go buy something.
So I
So
just
you
know
can't travel with her.
exactly. I
Yeah.
just know that if I do travel her, she's going to. But I still would invite her. But
Right.
I just know that she's going to be turned off with something.
But you also, I think we also got to bring up.
because I like more
Your
about.
friendship.
I like our friendship, and I like. There's more things I like about.
But you
her.
could do that
That's
shit.
a
You
very
you can see her
mature
in
thing,
you can see her in the city instead of outside. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
But
So it's
that's
There's
cool.
a-
some that are for in the city, and there's
And
some.
some
that
But
are
I think that
that's
also
a mature
brings up
thing.
there's
That's-
some friends that you have for certain reasons, but it's like
Yeah.
to some people you could be a different type of friend. So like I know for Tiana, like I'm the reliable friend, but to Chantal I could be like I think for a minute Chantal was like the let's go shop, let's go eat friend. Like there was a big time where it was just like the only
all
time
we
I could get
did.
Chantal at the house is like we have to eat and then I know we have to go to the mall. Even if I didn't spend money, I know we had to just go to the mall.
Because you know that's my piece.
So like but then I think that's also getting good with your friends because you know like I'm a different person for everybody.
Yeah.
I still fit in your puzzle.
Yeah.
I'm just a different person for you.
I don't know. I'll be honest with y'all. I think Malcolm and I, we've grown it up. And I've known Malcolm. Malcolm, how long have we known each other?
7 years.
Malcolm and I used to, in college, Malcolm just used to really be the reliable friend. And
Right.
then he became the confidant friend. And then he became the guy, the gift, like the guy best friend.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Malcolm and I are a little bit more flexible, but we also understand each other because we're both only children. So we can flex our friendship a particular way. Now, I will say this about keeping your friends accountable and knowing your friends. I am such a big proponent on you need to know your friends. Like you need to practice like emotional intelligence with them.
Facts.
I don't understand why the F people still really get that damn mad when it's like, if I know Leighton is super, super duper, Leighton is a perfectionist, he's a Virgo, he's type A as hell. you come to Layton with stuff.
It
A
has to
lot
be-
of
it
times
has to
I
be
like to
together.
come
It gotta
with
be
Layton with the
together,
bottom
bro.
line. I'm not coming to Layton a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to know your friends and know how to communicate with them, know who they're about. Because if you really
Hard,
want to
but
get
it's
a
like,
message
you
across,
don't mean to be
and I
type-
didn't say anything.
You didn't, no, he was like, am I
I didn't
type
say
A?
that.
I didn't know. I was
Like,
like,
you know, he doesn't-
I don't
very
consider
well.
myself type A. That's what I was
He
like.
is
oh,
type A
I
though.
didn't
He
know that.
is, and you're a Virgo, so you're just like my dad. Like, so it really is just all about knowing your
Definitely
friends.
type A.
Not
But
friend zone,
for
yeah.
instance, like if somebody, okay, if you have a friend, this happened. Literally, this has happened several times in the past couple months with some of my friends. They damn trips. You have a friend and they flake on you, okay, for your birthday trip.
Right.
All right, you spending money, you booking shit, you using your time, okay, but you know that friend is a flaky friend. I always say to my friends, why even be mad or whatever the case is if you know the type of friend that you have, right?
Facts.
You move with people the way that you know what they're about. And sometimes I think that it's better when you know your friends, you can know how to like digest what they're saying. You don't sometimes get super duper offended because you know where they're coming from. Like, I don't know. I just think that more people should be more in tune with their friends instead of consistently thinking of things coming to them as, oh, this is a direct attack on me.
But that's also why I think people should have like friends,
Yeah.
not just a friend.
Yes.
I always think about this because there's sometimes where I
Yes.
see girls, like when I meet girls out, and they just be like, yeah, that's my only friend. That's
No,
a flag for me.
that's a
like
problem.
that's a big.
Wait.
If
Or
I
you
date a girl,
changing friends
like
every year at
if
your
I'm dating a
birthday.
girl,
That's a
Can't keep a
freaking
friend.
problem.
You
You
can't
can't
keep
keep
a
a
friend.
friend.
she
That's
either
a
can't keep a
problem.
friend
There's
or she's
something wrong
dating,
with you.
or she only has one friend. Like there's no.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
Like she only has a best friend. Like
No.
there's no friend group. It's
No.
just her.
Well, no. No. Now, some people do move
Right.
singularly, so she can have one friend. Now, I do enjoy people who are able to move with friend groups, too,
Yeah.
like you said. So there are people who have like, oh, there's is my one friend here.
Maintain consistency.
my
Facts. But
two
after
friends
that,
here.
I should meet by like if I'm dating for a little while, I should meet at least some of these multiple friends, even if
Yes,
they're not
you
in a
should.
group.
Yeah, you should.
So it's like if I'm
So
still
that-
only meeting the same friend, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of.
What if their opinions like screwed up half the time too? Well, not even
But
their
the friend,
opinion,
the
but, like,
friend or the person.
No, the friend. Like
Either-
what if you only
realistically,
have one perspective.
In
so
my
I don't know if
opinion,
that's
both of them,
perfect.
I think both of them might be a little screwed up because it's like they only have that
Codependency.
one. They only have that one friend.
Let's talk about codependency with
Birds
some
of the same
friendships.
feather, bro.
What'd you say?
Birds of the same feather.
Now, do you really believe in the term like birds of a feather
Yes.
flock?
Yes, because we
Yes.
just
Really
said it.
think
I
so?
just said that both of us are on the same type of mind. We both raised the
It's
same.
something that's
I don't know.
keeping us.
We may be a
There's
different.
something alike.
Everyone's
Okay, yeah, I like
the
opinionated,
way you
but it's
move.
something that's up.
Yes,
That's
the way you
part-
move is a big
yeah,
thing.
definitely.
How you think, like your morale,
How you think.
your word,
How
like,
you
do
move,
Yeah,
your opinions on some situations.
yeah.
You
It
know,
has to have some similarity.
you
there.
have to have some similarities.
I mean, I think compartmentalizing friendships is really important because I do want us to talk a little bit about boundaries and, like Malcolm said, look, because I've gotten sometimes, especially when you have strong like alpha, and Keith, tell me if you sometimes feel this way too, because you're an alpha female. When you're an alpha female, and y'all can relate.
I think I'm quite beta.
No, you're not.
No. Screw you,
All
nigga.
right. Okay.
You better take me on a date. All right, shit. All right, cool.
Take them on a date to Mastros. No, but when you're like this, a lot of times alpha females, you know, we exude this like tower of strength, right? Where guys, girls, everybody be thinking, oh, we got nothing wrong. And it's kind of like they use this. I said this to my friend the other day. I was like, sometimes people can use a lot of times like alpha females, alpha friends as like wells. And you know a well, you come and you take from the well, right? And it's just like they take from the well, and when you think about it, when you take from a well, you don't second guess anything. You don't second guess that the rope's not gonna pull up. You don't second guess that your bucket is gonna break. You just take from the well and you know that the water is going to be there. When people take from a well, what happens when there's like no water at the end of the day, right? Like it's just like an empty well. But it's just, people don't think about that. They just think about the consistency and that you're always there. So when it comes to boundaries and when it comes to friendships that are toxic,
Yeah.
what are some things that you can do to make sure people do not consistently just like take from your well?
You gotta speak up.
No.
You gotta
Yeah,
speak
you
up.
definitely
Say
have
the
to
word
speak
no.
out.
I think
Yeah.
everyone's scared to say it sometimes, but sometimes you gotta just say the word no.
Yeah.
Like I think
Speak
even
up.
with Sean Tall and I like, I sometimes have to say like, no, I'm not doing that, or no, I'm not
You
here
don't
for that,
say that to me.
or no, that's not it.
Yeah, I don't say no often,
Me either.
but you should know.
But that's the
You
first.
wouldn't like it done to you. Don't.
That's
do it
the
to
first
me.
level of boundary though. Like I could just be like, no,
Yeah.
no, because I could just sit there and say no all day and be like, and people would just say, okay, so I know I can't ask them for that. I know I can't do this for that. Like think about it when with your parents, like you knew some shit was up. Like if I wanted to get a new toy today and they said no, after a certain time, it's like that's a boundary where it's like, bro, like I just can't go up in the store and show my ass to get a new toy.
Not show my
It's
ass.
no, because that's what you do as a kid. Like you be like, okay, I want a new toy. Like I'm gonna cry. Like I'm gonna do this. You know, after some
I'm gonna have
after
a
some time, your
bitch.
parents be like, don't touch nothing, don't do nothing. So you knew the boundary. I think it's the same thing with friends. Like you gotta be like, okay, like look, you know, this is a certain type of topic I don't like to talk about. This is a certain type of thing I don't like to deal with. I hang up the phone with you. I will not talk to you about this. Like, or sometimes like even with Leighton, like me and my close as hell, but sometimes I'll be like, yeah, no, I ain't talking about that. Like, and we'll laugh about it, but I'll also say it, and he'll say to me like, yeah, we can't speak about that. Like, we don't talk about that right now, or we don't talk about it right now or anytime at all.
I feel like guys don't even like to talk about anything deep. I feel like when I was always in relationships or situations
Damn.
with guys, I would know more than their best
Flag on the
friends.
play. Flag on the play. Flag on the
Do
play.
you want to talk about
Yes,
that?
we just
My
had
best friendship.
we just had a whole.
Your
wait,
best friend is your woman.
No.
Stop playing with
we
yourself.
just had a whole
I'm
episode
gonna be
on
honest
us
with you.
talking.
What?
I'm gonna be
No,
so
What?
honest.
No. Hold on. Leighton has
I
something to
still
say.
need time with my guy friends.
Thank
Those
you.
ti- No, like I look at the dynamic between me and my girlfriend. She can talk to her friends about anything in front of me. I can't do that.
Why
Wait,
not?
what? Why
I
not?
can't because
I'm just not comfortable.
no, like the other night I had
That's your
two.
girl.
I had two of my boys.
I'm talking about
His
her.
best friends.
We were
Leighton's
hold
a
on.
guy's guy.
We were in the two of my guy friends from the band, right? We played that same instrument, and everything. They came over. It was us three and my girlfriend. After a while, she went upstairs, and the minute she went up, the conversation opened.
Really?
Yes, just like because it's like.
Chris is like,
Well, no, but also no,
Yes,
but no,
yes, this is
because
facts.
one thing women do when like men are trying to talk, y'all are going to nitpick at everything we say. Y'all regulate everything we say. You don't know how to keep your opinion to yourself, and like y'all like.
and then
You're
base-
gonna make
How
it.
you really
or
feel
you'll
like
base
that?
or
Yeah,
you'll
and-
base your opinion off
yeah,
of what I'm
and it's
saying
like-
instead of having your own opinion. So now I feel like I'm the
Right,
bad guy.
and also my guy friends, like when I speak to my guy friends, I don't have to feel like I have to be politically correct. Like they know my tone.
So you can have
they know my
unfiltered
intention. Yeah, I can have
conversation.
unfiltered conversations.
Why
with them.
are you
Alright.
feeling more comfortable with your guy friends than
it's a
your
gender.
own partner?
It's definitely a gender thing.
It's
But
a
it's not
gender
that
thing.
okay. Like for example, like
lay down with shorty.
but even if I
No,
have
no,
a,
no, no.
Like
That
you
doesn't
gotta
wait.
be
Time
decent.
out.
It's not that-
Whoa. That doesn't mean I don't have conversations because she and I have some phenomenal deep conversations. But there's just some things that me and my guys can talk about that I just can't talk to her about.
thank
It
you.
wasn't a
Like for
challenge.
example, let's say for example, like with women, like y'all probably don't talk to me about your gynecologist.
You wouldn't even
But you
want
relate
to.
to it.
And,
Y'all are not
but that is a that is an example of something that y'all talk about with each other. Y'all don't talk about that with me. You
We have
could.
the same anatomy. Well,
Yeah.
Hey, how your balls, bro? I mean, they straight, man. You're not gonna do that. We're
No,
not
but
gonna
what
do
we're
that.
saying
We're
is that
not
like
gonna do
that's
that.
one of those things where it's like it's such a woman type of topic that y'all only talk about it with women. Whereas there's some topics that only men just sit there and be like, bro, I'm finna have this conversation with my niggas because that's what it is. I think the first topic that niggas
why would I
have,
talk about my cycle till I
the
make
first
it?
topic that niggas
Well, half
have.
the time, women's cycles mesh anything.
Sometimes it's
I mean,
career
I don't
stuff.
know who
So
I-
y'all just didn't hear anything I said. So the first topic that niggas be talking about, I think, is really about one themselves and then sometimes they're mental because they sometimes can think that okay
Talk to me
they think
about
that other men may be going through the same type of problems or have been through the same type of problems.
Yeah.
So it's like I might as well talk to him.
Malcolm on that part.
Two, I think that they're talking about sometimes their spouse or their partner. A lot of times you can't really talk to your spouse or your partner to them because sometimes women don't really feel okay about criticism. Some of them.
Why you feel
Some of them.
Why you talking about
Actually, no. Actually,
Some
no.
of
That's
them
not
fuck
what
with
it
that
is.
shit.
That's not what it is. You don't want to talk about your partner in front of your partner
And belittle
because
them.
Women want security. So if I talk to you about my insecurity about the relationship, then you're gonna get worried. That's the last thing I want you to
Okay,
do.
that's 100%.
So I gotta go talk to my boys so that they can tell me, hey, bro, like you got a good woman.
Bro, I
Stop.
love-
Or you might be just
Let me
tripping.
tell you something.
Yeah, like, hey, bro,
Or
you
you
tripping.
just
Bro, you
tripping.
tripping.
You just
Relax.
overthinking this.
All right,
You
thank
tripping.
bro. Thank you.
So I have definitely seen with guys before when they are vulnerable with me, like as a woman, and they take that. And I saw this meme the other day. They were like, if a guy truly vents to you, just know he's extremely, extremely comfortable with you. So that vulnerability, especially about that mental health piece, because women do crave, like naturally as a woman, we want protection. We want a man to be a provider. So when we do sense things of, oh, this man is not fitting to the bill, I can't see the ideal behind it, seeing women being able to flee and men get fearful of that. So they don't like to show any insecurity, any, you know, downfalls that they may have.
Facts.
This is actually very interesting to me because a lot of man things is very performative for men.
That's
Like
facts.
the man standard.
No, that's facts. That's facts. There is like a male
it's
standard,
outperforming
and like
for
a
men,
just
not for women.
facts. But a
It's
lot
like
of men have
women
been.
dress for women.
Like, yeah, man, I'm a man.
But
That's
men
not
have.
for
But
a
you also
woman,
gotta peep.
that's-
You've already been like programmed.
It's like,
You've already been programmed enough as a man, so you don't necessarily realize that a lot of things are like performative based, or you just don't realize that a lot of things are like just like supporting kind of homo, like just some type of homo-ish. Like even me, like watching basketball, like watching other men ball out, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy. Like if you think about it, like from a crazy perspective, it's wild to watch just other men do sports. Because it's kind of like a little bit of that homo type of mindset when they be like same men, right? But I think there is a lot of situations where it does deal with like performative basis. So like when a man goes past that performative, like when the curtain actually gets pulled over and you actually see this man for like who he actually is, not for performing. So not me for wearing these cool ass clothes, or for having this haircut, or for having this big ass car or this house. When you actually get to see, or this money, whatever I have, right, that attracts you.
No, but there's a thread.
Or even his personality, even the type of personality I have. When you actually get to see me and you know me, like I'm at a point with you specifically where it be like maybe relationship wise or friendship wise where I'm comfortable enough to like, bro, I tell you everything and all things. So I need you to be on the same type of time where you're comfortable with me to be like, don't judge my opinions. I've definitely been with like, I've definitely dated, I never dated a girl, but I've definitely like had a friend that was a girl. And she was like, you don't ever vent to me. So then when I actually did vent to her, she judged the whole venting process. So I never vent to her again.
Wow, that's big.
And I told her that. I
That's
remember telling her that. I was
tough.
like, I
That's
can't
really
vent to you ever again because what you did to me
Exactly.
really just fucked me up. Because I really wanted to tell you what the fuck was going on, and you just trashed that shit. You gave me your
That hurts
own
my
shit.
feelings so much for you, Malcolm.
I mean, but then I think as a man, you kind of got to grow up and be like, all right, that's a Band-Aid, put a Band-Aid over it. That's a scar, put a Band-Aid over it.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out. And then I think
Good
also
question.
having another woman in my life, I'm like, okay, if I can't vent to her, I can at least hang this phone up as a set of boundary and hang this phone up and call somebody that I know is going to be like, I support you, I don't judge you, you good.
Yeah. Wow. I hope I'm that friend for you. 'Cause I don't judge.
I think you have an opinion, and it will be based and voiced regardless of whether you want it or not.
Opinion is different than
I'm gonna let you know
judgment.
what I got to say.
Opinion is
Well,
different.
I'm gonna let-
No.
well, I'm gonna let you know what I got.
Blake has even opened up to me before too, and I've never judged.
No.
none of you all.
We're not saying you're not who you is. I just know a little opinion. It's just like when you read a book and what's a footnote is at the every in the book. I know it's gonna be a footnote, so I'm just ready for the footnote.
I hate Malcolm. See, I always have to like when I tell Malcolm though, especially about my men problems. When I tell Malcolm, I always have to brace myself. It's like when we're at a table, I have to like, oh gosh,
Because I'm gonna
I'm
give you.
gonna say something that I know a majority of men would
Usually,
probably think.
if it's a man problem, it's going to be he just don't like you.
But I'ma
Malcolm,
give
no. 90% of the time, Malcolm will literally tell me, he's like, okay, well, he's just not feeling you.
But you gotta. But I do have to
Okay?
say that to y'all.
And that's real.
Because I think sometimes men have been so used to like this sound. Now it's not a woman man conversation, but like
That is
I
the
hate it. But
difference,
like
though, between men and
men
women.
have been
Men
so
will say,
used
"We just
to-
don't like you." Women will say, "Well, just give him a chance. Like maybe he's going
Yeah.
through a
Men
lot.
have
Maybe
been-
he's talking to
yeah.
somebody else."
Men have
No,
been
just
so
don't like you.
conditioned.
Yes.
But I've been so conditioned to like take one rejection. I've been even hollering at like men, if you're like whether you're heterosexual or homosexual, whatever, you've been hollering at whoever you holler at since you was maybe like 14, 15. So
Yeah.
not everybody you got
That's
with
so facts.
not everybody you got with said yes to you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Some
that's
people
true.
rejected you. So you used to like she's saying no, she's saying yes, cool. Women on the other hand, y'all are the people who get you know
said no.
Yeah. Y'all have a whole like it's a whole dramatic it's a whole experience. It's a whole theatrical experience, and it's like, bro, maybe you're not his type. He's just not into you.
Okay.
He's just not into
He's
you.
just not into you.
Or
Okay,
maybe he's trying to do
Y'all know where
something
that
else.
come from, though, right?
Huh?
But I'm
know where that
like,
come from.
I want to know
Yeah.
what he's not into.
But see,
I'm so
why does it have to be?
awesome.
But that's only. And that's the fucking yellow. That's it.
I am.
No,
That's
I feel like dudes will wake up and we'll look at ourselves like, all right, man, I'm not this, I'm not that, I can get better at this, and we'll
Thank
be
you.
okay.
That would be okay. Y'all
Bruh.
think y'all the best, which I
No,
support.
no, that's why that meme is so famous. Like, you can have the dirtiest condo, whatever, and you'll still be like, I'm the baddest bitch. We're like, bruh,
This shit nasty.
you like worse than Sanford and Son.
I see like
Don't look at my room. My room dirty.
That said like men only. Like, what's the smallest thing you ever cut a woman off for? And
Oh,
it's
I
like,
hate it.
her big toe was too big. Like, stuff like that.
Hey,
Her second toe
Okay, I'm not okay.
longer
So
than
I thought talking to a girl.
I'm not gonna
They
cap you.
really don't be wanting
So-
to
so-
things like that.
This is a friend story I can tell. This is a friend story I can tell about Leighton. So Leighton, there was a girl I was like, I think I thought she was cute, and Leighton, I forgot who the girl was, and Leighton said like, yeah, nah, I don't like her eyes, bro. Like her eyes, like the way her eyes are placed, the way her eyes are placed are kind of
Leighton
off.
is very picky. So to be completely honest with you, him saying that to you, Malcolm will really think about it and be like,
And how internalize that shit, cause that's my best friend. So I internalize that shit and be
Really
like,
will.
damn, maybe her eyes are a little off. Sorry.
oh my god.
Like maybe I gotta look at it like I'm like.
Leighton, why did you pick up on that? It's just picky. Men
I'm sorry, that shit
are
I pick up
picky.
on,
Okay.
I don't know who that was. I never told the woman that look like. So whoever the woman is, like, I'm probably still cool with her, like, respectfully.
Probably are.
But it's like, in my mind, I was like, damn, like, all I hear is this nigga say
the
his
funny
eyes
thing
off.
though, is even though I point that out, that's usually the stuff I find cute, and then I'll make a joke about it to her.
The weird eyes.
Yeah, like, if I like you, if I can make fun of you, because I make fun of myself,
Really?
and I make fun of my
Oh,
friends.
he really does.
Yeah.
But
I like
And if I can make fun of you, if I can make fun of if I can make fun of you, and you laugh at it, then I fuck with you. Like if you cross out, and I'll be like, listen, you talk to me, and you laugh. Alright, bad.
Cause you could go back.
You got
and
a
forth.
sense of humor.
Even as a friend, you can go back and forth with me.
Like,
So you
babe,
know.
who you talking to? Oh, me? Oh, okay.
All right, so I want us to talk a little bit about a few other friendship types before we talk about indicators. So,
Okay.
transactional friendships.
Don't like them.
You need them though in the beginning. I think sometimes you need some friends that you know is like this is just a transactional based friendship. Like I work in an industry where it's like I know I don't really know this person, but I know that we're like at least acquaintances and friends.
And I need what you do.
And I need what you do, and you need what I do. This is transaction based. Now, when it deals with like money and shit, that's on some other shit.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
money.
different.
But I'm talking about
I
like favors and
understand
shit.
yours.
Yeah, I'm talking about, but that's still a transaction.
Transaction, it doesn't have to be money. It could be like service or.
That's what I'm saying,
A lot
see?
of times people equate transactional friendships to
cash.
like.
But I think we all
no.
we all have transactional friendships.
No.
too.
Yes.
Like,
Like,
Yes.
I'm not gonna be friends with you if
And
you
men
don't
and-
have a lucrative
Hold on,
business.
and I accept that shit.
Like, come
Malcolm,
on.
what is it called when it's like necessarily a friendship when they kind of like mooch off of your? Is it like social climbing? What is that preferred term that we
A
call it?
leech.
I was gonna call it moocher.
A moocher.
Moocher could work.
I don't know if it's completely a moocher.
Yeah, but you're probably right.
When I
It-
think about transactional friendships, I think about people who are a little bit more of the type that are like social climbers.
Yeah.
And they pretty much are looking at you as a way, as like a step. That's when I think of transactional. Sometimes I equate that.
But some people.
But are you? Is it
Are
saying
you-
that I'm specifically your friend because I'm going
Yes.
to something?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then
Yes.
That's different.
That's what I'm saying. It's I know I'm this person's friend because they work for this thing.
Yes. That's exactly
They know they're my friend because I work for this thing. And I'm completely okay with that. We've already joked about it. We know what's going on here.
So, do you ever feel as though when it comes to doing like business with friends, what is everyone's take on it? Because I'm really curious about this.
Some niggas you can do business with, some niggas you can't.
You just gotta
And
let
you
it be.
know which niggas you can and cannot.
You
And
just gotta
you
let it
know
be.
because you automatically know how niggas treat money. Like, if we at a store and you out here balling out, but I know you're not paying rent right, or I know you're not paying your car note, or I know something up with you, something up, or I know you behind on rent. I know you're gonna be do this shit in the business. I know you're gonna you just gonna be behind in some sort of capacity. People don't pay their rent. Some people
Wait,
finesse
people
it.
really don't pay their rent out here?
Some people finesse it.
Look, I have a
And now we
mortgage.
live in
I pay my
COVID. Now we
mortgage,
live in COVID, so you could sit there and be like, well, I don't have to pay rent because we're in a pandemic, like, because it was technically a presidential thing.
Those
I don't know
PPP
that.
loans,
I
bro.
don't
But I think there's certain flags that sometimes we overlook as friends because we're just like having fun. But when it deals with business, it's like, yo, you gotta understand that like this has to thrive because like we're like now putting our names on it.
Yeah.
So if I automatically know you on some nut shit
Right.
in your life, you're gonna be on some nut shit in your business.
That's a really good point. I think that when you think about business and friendship, a lot of times they don't mix. A lot of times they can create a lot of problems. I've experienced trying to do endeavors with friends where you learn. Luckily, I've never fallen out with friends over any type of businesses, but you learn a lot about people through their business. And not everybody moves like the same way either when it comes to business and personal.
Yeah.
People are sometimes completely different.
Completely
people.
different.
And also what I've noticed a lot are people may not be the best about compartmentalizing business and friendship.
Yeah.
Like, like you can't when you're doing business with friends. For instance, Kendall and I are starting a business together. I have a couple businesses with different like mentors or friends right now, and Kendall and I are so good at even just starting up because we don't take anything personal. It's like, okay, if I call you 7 o'clock is the time to meet, we meet at 7.
Yeah.
If I ask you to do something by Friday, okay, we're doing it by Friday. If she asks me to do something, that's what I have to do. It's just a part of responsibility and respect, but as well too, it's just kind of understanding, all right, this is for the business, and when business is done, this is our friendship.
But y'all are also like really good friends. So it's like
Yeah.
y'all can like flip the page and be like, okay, we're friends today. Okay,
Yeah,
we're business today.
yeah.
I think best bet when you have business with friends is you should just be a friend and just support the business.
Oh, yes.
So like for
Good
example,
idea.
like I have some friends who have candles. I'm gonna just buy the $30 candle. I have some friends who have T-shirts. I'm gonna either, hey, I think you should go to
I
this
love
type.
that,
I think you should go to this person to make your T-shirts better. Or I'm just gonna say, hey, I like the T-shirts already. I'm just gonna buy them. You know what I mean? Somehow support the friendship, or somehow support the business the same way you're supporting this friend.
I agree.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how really it should be, rather than being like, okay, like let's put businesses together with friends, because sometimes it's just the same thing with like sex. Like sometimes it's just not gonna go right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's not gonna go right.
Yeah. And a lot of times too, it's just about people and how they like to do businesses, preferences, and it's just one of those things where you can't take things personally in business. So a lot of people have a hard time doing that because to some people and their extent, you know, business becomes personal.
Facts.
Like you fucking with my money.
Literally.
You fuck with my money.
But
like,
you know,
fuck with me.
you
like,
know
and that
people who
hurts.
gonna fuck with, not gonna fuck with anybody
Yeah.
who really values their own money without getting it with you is gonna same way value the money that I get with you.
Exactly.
Anybody who doesn't value that money and vice versa, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like you see that shit.
Yep.
It's just I think because we friends, we just be like, haha, I don't care about your funds. I care about you as a person.
I was a friend
You did?
because of an issue like that. Yeah, someone that I've worked with prior, but we were working in separate divisions, so we didn't really know how we worked.
Yeah.
But that's how we were even friends.
Facts.
We just come together for lunch, and then we started coming together outside. It was actually a guy friend.
See?
Really?
Yeah, actually. And then once.
I don't do very well with
Niggas
guy
ain't
friends
shit.
as business partners.
But then I'm like, we have such a good friendship in Atlanta. But once he had his own business, I told him, any additional help that you need, like put me on. Like I want to
Yeah.
help and get, be part of this money you're making. So that opportunity comes. He's telling me I'm super swamped. I'm like, I'm ready. Let's do it. Then he's telling me over and over, I know we're friends, and I found out that he's kind of looked at me non-platonically.
See? Told you.
And so
I
he's
can tell
always
you
saying,
that. I knew that
he's always
shit.
kept saying, for some reason, it was always weird to me. He kept saying, hey, we're friends, but I need you to understand, like, this is business. And I'm thinking, yeah, like, forget the friendship.
that shit just-
This is business.
Oh,
Like,
man, yeah.
You know
and
what
I'm
was
thinking, like, why you keep reiterating this to me? Like, but I find
Was he
out.
trying to pressure test you? to see if you-
Exactly. So I find out
that's
he
wild,
never
bro.
intended to put me onto his business at all.
He trying-
At all.
He was just trying to holler.
Exactly.
Oh my
So
god.
I completely had to
Let him
mute
go. Yeah.
keep him off my follow, like my stories, my posts, because you can't view me in a capacity anything other than
Peer.
peer or like friendship or romantic. So I'm just gonna remove all those obstacles for you.
I'm not a fan.
So I don't even talk to him now.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
So are people only friends with others because it's like the same idea about history, right? Like you have so much history with someone,
Okay.
so you're automatically kind of like obligated to be there and be besties still. Are people in the same capacity based off of just like outwardly perception, how friendships look? Do you think that that outward type of stuff is why people have friendships compared to actually having intimate friendships?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could have a mix of both. I have some intimate friends that I also am on social media with, and we post and shit. Like me and you.
We do that.
Yeah,
all the
like
time.
all of us, you know what I mean?
But like
So-
friends in real life.
But we're also friends
but
in
we've
real life.
been
That's what I'm
friends for
saying.
years.
So it's like
Yeah.
you can have both, but I do understand, like you probably said, I mean, that's probably the term social climbing. Like I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a term. But like, yeah, like whatever the term is, but I know people who do that because it's like, even now I sometimes do it because I'm like, I'm following this person because I'm like, you work for another label, I work for a label, like we're kind of friends now, we kind of get drinks together, but we don't really, yeah, we don't know each other. So it's like, I kind of know what's up with this. And I think it's vice versa. Some people do that with me. So it's like, you kind of know like the appearance of the friendship puts you on the same way, if I actually was friends with you, would put me on.
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's levels to friendships.
True.
I'm not going
Yeah.
to tell you all my business, but when there's an event happening and I know you're in the same industry, I'm gonna invite you.
Period.
My man's.
Period.
You know?
You're
But
my
if I gotta
man.
sit
And
down
you gotta
be
know.
vulnerable with you, nah, you're not that kind of friend.
There's a
So-
friend for every occasion.
Exactly.
I was gonna say then because the whole history piece, like I've been friends with one of my friends that I went to Miami for. It's been like a short period of time. I actually know the friend that connected us a longer amount of time than I've known her.
Yeah.
And we've developed a friendship where we're on the phone for hours per week. Like we're growing a very close friendship. And
Okay.
we've been like this for months now. We travel together. We're travel in towners. Like we do anything. We talk about guys. Like we talk about work. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to history, do you think that in order for you to like be vulnerable with somebody and get to that level of friendship, it takes a particular time frame? Or do you think like, you know, maybe sometimes you just know? when you
It
get
gotta be.
someone?
I think for me specifically, it gotta be an experience.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's a girl who I met maybe like I think this year. Was it this year? Yeah, it had to be this year. So I met her maybe like it's what August now. I met her like March.
You talking about through the money?
Yeah, I met her through Damani. So like, I don't really know. I didn't really know her at all. And now me and her are like
Super close.
super close. Like I go to her house, we hang out, we chill. Like she's still my man's. Like I got her back, she got my back. Like we hanging out, da da da. And it's like I only know you for like 5 months. Whereas like I know some friends for like 5 years, and I'm like, okay, like good to see you. All right, gotta go.
Wow.
And it's not that, but I think that just people like when you really are with people, some people make an effort to consistently be your friend and understand what that means. And some people think that like because I already know you and because we have history, like I don't have to keep being
That
your friend.
equates to
I don't have to
loyalty,
keep,
your
you know what I'm saying?
time. Yeah.
It's like when you get a job or when you start a sport or whatever, like when you're like a part of a starting team, like just because you're a starter on the team doesn't mean that you're like that man. You still got to keep this up
Work for your spot.
to keep being a starter.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing with friendships. Like you got to keep being this friend. You can't just be like, okay, well we're friends, and then leave out the door. Like I
And
still
I'll-
got to help you.
And I'll be honest with you, I do see some of our friends like where they just equate the longevity of our friendship. Okay, well you just know me. You know how I get. And it excuses their actions.
Or like one trip makes
Or
me
one trip.
with you every year makes it equate for like
Yeah.
that's the coupon. Like I
Exactly.
saw you 1 year, so I'll
Yep.
see you next year.
That's
Like,
bare
like,
minimum. It's like, and I said this the other day. Well, to be honest, I do have some friends too where I already know how they are, so I know a certain time of the year or whatever the case is, they kind of retreat. Like if they have a dude, they retreat.
Yeah.
When they whatever, they retreat.
But that's because
or
you know
they're
what
not
type
going to
of
be a super duper present friend. And I mean, majority of the time, I go through ebbs and flows when I know those types of differences happen in their
That's
life.
a lot of women though. I think a lot
It's
of
a
women
lot
do
of
that.
a lot of
A lot of women do that. I don't think they
can't
mean
handle
to, but I
having
think
it.
like
But that's,
But it is what it is.
there's high maintenance friends and then there's low
Very.
maintenance friends.
Yeah.
I'm not the friend that's going to call you all the time and check up. But you know you can hit my line, you can FaceTime me, we could be on this phone for hours and call and talk.
facts.
But texting in a group text or texting back and forth, you're not going to get any
Yeah.
of that.
But I think that's when you start really figuring out like who you really kind of mesh with.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you're a low maintenance person or like you know you're a low maintenance, maybe not low maintenance person, but you know you're a low maintenance friend, then you know like a bunch of other friends probably gonna be some low maintenance
No,
friends too.
I would say
I
that
have
differently.
I have a
about
bunch of
Kira.
I have a bunch of
I
like
would say that
low maintenance
differently
friends
about
where it's
me.
like I ain't gotta call y'all every day, but you know.
No,
like,
not
I'm
if you're a
not
guy.
high
It's
maintenance
so
friends.
different. I'm telling you, when you're a guy, it's so different.
But I'm a
Because-
guy with a lot of girlfriends, and a lot of
Yeah.
my girlfriends are also feeling to me like a lot of y'all, like, well, not you, but like a lot of them are like, look, not you at all. Like, don't even worry about it. Just in case you're like, what about me? No,
What?
are low maintenance.
Oh yeah, no. I
You,
don't
on the other
consider
hand-
myself a high maintenance friend though.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Wow, crack is crazy.
I mean, you know the reason I don't consider myself a low maintenance stuff.
You don't? Forget why.
No, the reason Kiara, look away. Why are y'all doing this? Anyways, okay, I'll stop lying.
Because at least tell the truth.
I think that it's all about what you put out. I put out a lot for my friends. I'm not gonna hold nobody to nothing. Like, don't even look away, because I have look.
But the
So,
day
the thing
you
is-
become high maintenance, I mean, the day you become low maintenance,
We know I got a man Because my man not have all my maintenance checked.
Facts.
That's exactly how. I become a low maintenance friend when I have a man. That's literally how I act.
I was
When I have a
gonna say-
man, literally, girl, you'll see
I
me
think I
once
love
a
my
week.
wife. I think I love my wife.
That's how you know your high maintenance friends
Right.
got a
Look at
man.
me,
It's
once
when
a
they're not
week.
hitting your line talking about, I'm
Exactly.
about to cut you off.
Yes.
No,
You
it
haven't
don't,
told me in a while
it
that
don't
I'm
even-
dead to
no,
you.
it
You
don't
haven't
even
told
be
me in
that.
a while that I'm dead to you.
It'd be
I
the
have
same.
a very-
It'd be the same text messages like, "Hey, I know I've been a bad friend lately." You're like, "All right, nigga, what's up? What's up, nigga?"
I'll be honest with you though, I may be a considerable high maintenance friend. I only want the best for my friends because, you know, I want the best for people. If you're in my life, I actually genuinely care for you. I show up in a genuine manner. Like I was talking to my friend about this the other day. People coming to your birthday, people just showing up is like a bare minimum nowadays. We're 24, 25 and over. You can't just sit here and just show up. What the hell?
Yeah,
No.
you're
What does mean just show up? Like, okay,
I think-
show up. No.
I was gonna say,
you
I
need
think-
to show up with vibes, with energy, with effort. It
Okay.
can't just
You
be
don't-
I'm here.
You don't get what comes out this
Yes. Like, well, not
I mean,
not like
it,
that, but just showing up is like bare minimum nowadays. For
It depends-
friendships.
it
I really do.
depends.
We're getting older.
it depends on your situation with your friends because in some
No,
situations,
my love language is quality time.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So what?
Exactly.
I don't
So-
really care. Okay, cool. Say less. You here?
No.
Oh, thank you, man.
thank you.
You're such
Maybe
a
that's
guy.
also man
Sorry.
That's
perspective.
a guy thing.
Because it's like sometimes you be like, bro, I fuck with who's
Yeah.
here, and we gonna have fun with who's here. And if you're not here, like, dang, it's cool too.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like I'm not finna sit there and beef with you, be like, damn, you missed my birthday, fuck you, nigga. Like, bruh, like it's just like, bro, like it's just like it's okay. Like,
Friend and
That's how he
your
is.
love language is quality time. Like I ask for the bare minimum. So if I
Exactly.
say my birthday is important, I want all my people there with
And you
me.
don't come.
That's gonna hurt my feelings. Like I don't ask you for nothing because I'm a low maintenance friend. But when I ask you to do something, or I ask you to be here for me, please be here.
but I'm
Exactly.
also one of those friends where it's like I think if I like miss a birthday and I know this is something important to you, then I'll be like, okay, let me get you a gift.
Yeah,
Let me try you
I'm not a
something.
gift. I'm not a person.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
I
not.
suck
But
at
he'll
gifts,
take you out
bro.
for dinner.
Oh
He'll
my
spend time.
God.
So I'll be honest with you guys. I've had
No,
occasions.
no,
I remember
no,
my
y'all.
21st birthday.
No, I
Malcolm missed
suck
my
at gifts.
21st birthday. I will never forget. We weren't in the best position that year too. We were not really getting along as well. So when he did miss it, I remember the whole time we were at freaking Benihana's. The whole time I was like, "Where the hell is Malcolm?" I'm looking at Devon like, "Where the hell is Malcolm?" And a couple days later, we spoke, and he's like, "Honestly, I wasn't in whatever space." And then Malcolm and I went out, and the thing about it, and Malcolm's never missed a birthday since. He doesn't do that. He's not stupid.
And I had another birthday to go to this birthday,
Suck
and
it,
that
man,
just
yes.
still is beyond me. That I whatever.
He did, and he got me a present that's so kind. In the housewarming, just so kind. Progress. Wonder, leaps
No,
and bounds.
that housewarming is nothing that should not be discussed because I think the term boundaries really should have been placed there, and you just hurdled over them.
Oh, because it was during COVID?
No, it was the fact that you had me go to damn Stockbridge for some damn stickers.
Y'all, Lynn, when I tell you my friends really are the dream team. Key was there in theme, honey, with the
Okay.
1800 with Clip and Mo
Next-
and Monty.
next
and
subject.
then Layton did all the graphic work, and Malcolm went and picked up everything. It reminded me of that time in college. Malcolm went and picked everything up, and then he brought a T-shirt, our gender reveal shirt.
Next, all right. So, what is your favorite part of season 2? We're all going. Yeah, we're all gonna say our favorite part of season 2.
Okay.
So, Kiara, you want to start, or you want me to start? Either one.
Yeah, you start.
My favorite part of season 2 was probably the guy episode and being able to do the guy episode because
bro.
because like niggas want to talk, but y'all be sometimes over talking us, or sometimes you just don't get what we're talking about.
most of the time.
That's cap. That's cap.
But we don't get the floor in life.
Period.
Y'all get it.
Period.
This is
You're
what
right.
We be telling y'all prom is about y'all. Wedding is about y'all.
It's not about you. If you think your wedding
It's a
is
man's
about
world.
you,
Wait.
It wouldn't be nothing. But it wouldn't be nothing.
It's a man's world that we building for you.
Period. What James Brown said?
No.
What James Brown said? It's a man's world, but it ain't nothing without a woman. It ain't nothing without a woman or a girl.
No. This is so funny. All right, I'm sorry. First off, let me preface. I'm not an avid, what's his face, Kevin Samuels watcher, but he had this funny scene where he was going back and forth, and he was like, well, who the hell you think built the world for you? And I was like, damn. Yeah, we were the ones that left the village.
I gotta
We
go
built
home.
this world.
Well, maybe
for
if
y'all.
y'all built it a little better, there wouldn't be no water coming
See?
to the village. Like maybe if you got, I'm joking.
See?
We appreciate your
I'm
efforts.
grateful.
Like James Brown said,
Oh my God!
this is a man's world
Y'all watch Think
But
Like
it
a Man.
wouldn't
I
be
love that
nothing
show.
Without a
That
woman.
without a woman or a girl. Goddamn.
I mean, I guess.
So that's my
what was your
favorite part.
My favorite part of the season. That was actually it. It was
Really?
the guys,
You can say that too. You can say
it was
why.
the guys episode.
Guys
When you
episode.
wore your glasses and had your buzz on your phone to make the sound effects.
That was a good episode too.
That was a good episode.
Was that the episode before Guys episode?
I-
That was a funny
Oh
episode.
no! My favorite episode was when we were talking about the strip club, and then I made the comment like, "I already spent my money on you."
Period.
Yeah. 'Cause-
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Waste.
Oh,
Here's a
I'm
rock.
capping. No, wait.
Soundbites.
My favorite episode was the episode where Clip cut it up and I was giving affirmations at the end.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
my
that was
favorite
good. That was a
episode.
good episode.
That's, that's my favorite episode. Cause niggas need affirmations, and y'all need nigga affirmations, not like
Hey, you ain't got a lot of
like
kicking
wake
with
up
me.
this morning, you deserve love. No, you need like nigga get the fuck up.
Brush your teeth.
Money is
Maybe
money.
we should put that on an
You
app.
broke out here, baby. Let's get to work.
You are a
Really?
bum.
Oh my God.
You need to know.
I'm a bum.
You need to.
I'm a bum.
It's a motivation.
Yo, no, fuck that
Yo,
shit.
bro,
You
we
need to
tough
hear
love.
that shit
Yeah.
sometimes.
Listen to that.
You
Yes.
need to hear that shit. You can't be hearing no. Oh
There's
my
nothing,
god.
no, there's nothing worse than somebody just in, like
like you don't want
constant
no
positivity.
You don't want no,
No,
shit where it's like,
tell me
oh,
I'm trash.
Taurus affirmations today. Here are the Taurus affirmations today. You deserve love.
I don't.
You're great out here. The sun is gonna shine for you. No, nigga.
No,
You need to
no.
hear like, yo, you a money maker.
Layton, cut your hair.
You a baller. You
Hey,
can make your
Your
own
tongue
money.
ain't too big.
You a
It
real
feels like
nigga.
it's Drake versus Future. Honestly.
What is that? I don't like that affirmation.
How big is your big toe for you to need that as an affirmation?
Just saying.
My toe ain't big.
I'm saying.
My eyes don't cross.
Little turn up. Stupid.
My unibrow is just a double brow, okay?
Woo! Okay, keep
I don't
it.
have buck teeth. I have regular teeth. You need affirmation like that sometimes. My hairline ain't a widow's peak. You need sometimes you need the affirmations because some people
Nobody's
ain't
watching or listening.
some people ain't there. Some people
That's
ain't there.
ridiculous. Key, what was your favorite part?
Mine is season 2, episode 1.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang
when
it.
I first came on. Yeah, talking about.
We love that for Q.
Can we talk,
You are.
Yeah,
First
can we talk
I
about
was
our
spending
favorite
some
distractions
knowledge.
behind the camera?
Oh my
And I think
God.
the guy today was funny.
So
The
we're
guy
gonna
that was the
talk
best one
about-
so far.
I wish we could tell the story about the time.
Y'all,
when
well,
we
one
were
time,
shooting
we-
an episode.
Yeah, we were shooting an episode downstairs, and we told, we being Jen, Clip, and Brandon? Yeah, and we said, hey, don't say nothing to people upstairs. Of course, Chantal goes, because she feel like she can tell anybody anything, even God. And she brings Key with her. I feel bad for Key. And they said, hey, y'all, we down there shooting a
I
podcast.
didn't want to say
We shooting a podcast. Can y'all please be quiet? We just need it for an hour. And the black folks said, an hour? And I was like, okay. So they came downstairs. The minute we start shooting, they start singing happy birthday. And
The
stomping.
black version. Stevie
Black folks,
Wonder. And then y'all, we decided we had to cut that whole
Niggas.
episode, like shot 20 minutes. Maybe we'll
It
do
was
an
going pretty
outtake.
good, too.
It was going so good because Layton was doing actually a really in-depth, we were talking about like alpha, beta.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys gotta see that because he was dropping on real knowledge. So we'll release that as a blooper.
Drop the clip.
But when I tell y'all,
Tell Clip
it
to
was
clip 'em.
just the craziest thing because we came up there and we were trying to be
Clip
nice.
with
We're
the
like,
clip.
oh, we have a black-owned podcast, y'all.
Yo, why are you?
He was
Why
like,
have you
you
never
guys
done that? Like-
support us. Yo,
That's your sound like the
fans
clip?
doing
Oh,
what
okay,
they did. We were like, support us.
Please be quiet.
Please
for
be
an hour.
quiet.
She said an hour.
But then they were like, oh, no, what's the name of your podcast? It's the Milk and Honey. Don't. I got you.
What?
We come back, they doing happy birthday, so we decided to cut, right? So then we end up doing and coming back upstairs, right? Why the hell did we look like such losers coming defeated? They still jamming out, defeated, coming
What?
upstairs.
I feel like we should have walked over and got some of their food.
What
is your
your
Probably should
favorite?
have.
What is your favorite part of season 2, Chantal? Because Chantal will
That
go
might have
on.
been the funniest
Chantal
part.
will
That
go.
was
Was that the very? Is that the very part?
Basically, the story.
I think that's
I was
Chantal's favorite
having-
part.
Hold on, I was having such a day, and I was like, that was the funniest part. I will tell you though, having the podcast, be quiet, let me talk.
Sorry.
Having the podcast, like we really started this because there are just so many things that were going on in the world last year in the pandemic. And even right now, where our voices as not only a millennial culture, but a Black millennial culture, they really need to be amplified. Whether it's just having us a laugh, whether we're teaching something, whether we're connecting with friends. Like, this is how we really connect, right? Social media and through our voices. So I just feel as though my favorite part of the podcast for this season was having Key as an added voice.
Thank you.
And then I think that just the four of us, you know, we really just want everyone to know we're all. Don't tell me to wrap it up later.
No, that's not it. I'll tell you later.
Was it? Did you do a? Okay. I just feel as though with us as just individual people and just everyone, we really wanted to make this like you're on the couch listening with us. It's a very interactive experience where you can relate to a lot of what we say. I know Layton's about to cry right now, but we're friends in real life. You know, we come from similar backgrounds, so let me have my moment. And I think when I started this podcast, I never thought that it would just be a healing process as well, too, to heal through laughter, but it really is. So we hope people could just laugh with us every episode. So my favorite part of for season 2 is being able to do it with the three of you.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, I'm a very eloquent speaker.
That was nice. That was so Y'all, Layton is about to do something so ignorant right now. It's about to blow me. Go ahead.
that's so nice.
Watch this. Layton.
I wanted to be more claps.
I know. That's so
You're gonna put applause. You're
bad.
gonna put like an applause.
Is it just one clap?
Never mind.
Y'all, when we started off, I will tell you this though.
No, this is wait. Time out. Time out. Okay, so two things. One. This nigga Layton Google clap noise instead of applause.
Exactly.
Two. It's a video on Twitter. It's an old man.
Oh yeah.
And niggas be like, that's how it sound. They said that's how it sound when you be at night and it's be. Oh my god. But why would you think? No, why would you think clap noise?
Sorry, y'all.
Okay, but for real, this started off as an idea, me saying something to Malcolm and Layton, a true idea, and we really progressed it out for season 2. And I'm really just proud of us because when we started this off, it was just an idea. I didn't really know maybe where we could go. And when Layton and Malcolm just laughed when we had the first original discussion about what we were going to do, I knew that it would be fun. But now this is just out of control.
It don't matter what.
Stay tuned, y'all.
Good. It don't matter like
And better.
it don't matter what's going on.
Thank you guys for checking out us for season 2 of the Milk and Honey podcast.
Wait a minute,
Alright. Why are you so ignorant?
No, just clapping noises. That really got me.
Yo, Dose, you are now tuned into the Milk and Honey podcast.
All the money in the world couldn't even amount to a teaspoon of honey when it melt in your mouth.